Good. There we go. I was waiting for that. Well, is Troy going to jump on too, Justin, or just you? Or?
He is. He's actually on a flight. He's landed in Florida, and I expect him here any minute. But let's go ahead and get started, just in case he's running behind.
You got it. Appreciate that. Well, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you in person yet. I plan on kind of doing that hopefully before Christmas to come down. But my name is Gary Wood. I've been doing this. I can't believe I'm going to say this, for about 37 years now. So I kind of can smell a good one and a bad one. And that's why we're all over this. Everybody's super excited, in these days and times of constant rug pulls, people being nominated for Actor of the Year and then they disappear. I mean, we've heard it all. We've been there, all of us together. We're kind of all in this one together too. But I just like to say thank you for doing what you've done. I know you understand the industry. You have a networking background. That's kind of one of the secret sauces I found in the past of corporate guys meet MLM kind of guys, networking people, and there's often friction there. The perfect synergy is what we have here with you having a background in kind of both. So I'm sure everybody's, really excited about kind of hearing from you. We've all seen the PowerPoint. I'm doing a big webinar on Thursday. By the way, I've got, lots of silver on my desk here. I've been doing this, collecting the silver stuff for a long time. And when I first saw this, I looked at everything, including the numbers, the breakage, how you're making the money. And I go, wow, somebody actually put this together correctly. So I'm just really excited to be chatting with you. And maybe you can just kind of tell us how this came about, if you would.
Sure. Well, the whole thing, and this is something that I've always said, that MLM companies in general would always be better off to let go of the greed, because that's when good things happen. You've got to have enough in it for the affiliates to keep them interested and keep them around, of course. And so starting this idea with At Cost Metals is pretty straightforward. We pay out everything that we can and we give our customers the best price possible. And we do that by going direct to the biggest companies in the world that sell precious metals. We integrate our software into theirs, and then we provide that service to our customers. So we look at metals as a service, not as products. It's a service. And then that makes the customers happy, which brings in more customers, which pays the affiliates, and it creates a wonderful circle of happiness. I guess is the word. So yeah, Gary, I don't know which direction you'd like me to go. I'm an open book. We can talk about anything that you like. We've got obviously pre-launch. We're a week into it right now. It's going great. Hopefully by Monday or so in a week, we'll be launching with our ACH debit credit. No guarantees on that timeline. It might be before, but that's about when it should be. Downline viewer genealogy, all of these things I know that everyone's anticipating. Like you've probably heard me say this at some point. A few months ago, we didn't know we were doing this, and we're just putting it all together. So we want to have that perfect scenario where you get the magic dust of momentum sprinkled in with perfect product and perfect timing and perfect price points. And I think that's what we'll have. So hopefully 2024 will be an amazing year for everybody involved right now.
Right. Well, I know everybody's looking for a few things, and the idea of a hard asset credibility, non-rug pullable, if that's a word, type of a part of your portfolio that we all are striving to get better at. This is a big part of it, because here I talk to so many people about this, and they all like gold and silver, but a lot of them just want to make money. And I said, well, even if you don't like gold and silver, this is the place to be. With maxing out 30,000 a week in the binary, that gets their attention really quick. And I've done the math and all that. How did you? Now I kind of heard you have a kind of a programming technical background, which is absolutely a godsend to us, because technology people. Every time there's a company and it goes down for 15 minutes to upgrade, everybody panics. Oh no, rug pull, we're leaving again.
Right.
Speak a little bit about your technology background, if you would.
Sure. So I actually started programming in high school. Didn't use that language very much, but in my early 20s, I was actually with Mutual of New York, left there to work with a very good friend of mine in software development for network marketing companies. So a ton of companies that we all know and love and were around in the early 2000s. That's where I cut my teeth on the software development, and we took it, to a lot of different companies around the world, different comp plans, matrix, unilevel, binary, breakaway, everything that you could possibly think of in terms of compensation plans. And it's not so much that I did that, it's what we learned from that, because when you have an affiliate trying to explain the comp plan to someone, they really want to know what it is. And if you tell them, don't make me explain it, it's too much, just trust me, well, the trust level goes down and down and down. So it's better to keep it simple. We've got a direct commission, which means if you sell it, you get paid. We got an affiliate program, which means if you have a group of like-minded people that want to sell it, we can pay you more for that. You got 2 teams that you manage. When your teams have 500 points, which is products and services, and we pay you 500, you go above and beyond, we pay you a 10% match on your personals. And then when you feel like you've worked as hard as you want to work, you can push just that much further to 6 and 6 and get the pot of gold bonus.
Right.
That's as complicated as it is. That's all it needs to be.
One of the big parts that a lot of people are liking is I did a couple kind of practice presentations with smaller groups, and I was done in 9 minutes. I mean, it's just, what do you want to take an hour and a half for? This is how it works. You guys are ready? Send your $25 and let's get rolling.
That's right. Yeah, simple is way better. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I really thought that was a big part. So I know that you're in Dallas, right? Dallas area.
I am.
Right. I know I'm going to try to hit you up here live on the call, but a bunch of us, the bigger leaders would love to come down sometime, maybe before Christmas, and meet you and spend a day or day and a half and break bread and take some videos and shoot some stuff like that. I think that's important, especially as early as we are in the game. And you've done this before, and then leading up to the big launch thing. So keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe we can talk private about that. What that would look like. Everybody that's on the call, we have a chat going on. If you'll type in any questions you think we might want to ask Justin at this point, there's not a lot. I mean, the whole thing is just really simple, and that's one of the things that makes things duplicatable is simple, right? So one thing I do have a question on is the, at cost metals. I understand that the numismatic coins are the way that everybody makes money. I had a guy today said, well, I've been in deals before where I had those coins, and as soon as I got one, I took it to the pawn shop, and they only gave me what an ounce of silver was worth. And I said, isn't that awesome? I said, that's awesome, right? And they go, I'm not following you. I said, so if that's worth a $75 auto ship to get one, and in a few years it could be worth more, but let's just say it's worth the silver dollar cost, that's $50 difference to run an entire business. Have you ever been into business for yourself? Was it $50 a month to run it? They go, I got you. Sorry.
That's a good point.
I understand completely.
I've got 2 things to share on that. So, you can sell it at 60. Nobody's going to care. You can sell it at 75. You can turn something into it. You could sell it at 100 or 120. A lot of people will buy it, and a lot of other people will probably have a problem with that. The $75 price point, I think, is a really good blend. It is graded, it is perfect. PCGS and NGC are the top 2 grading companies that there are, period. ICG and NX are very, very good companies also, but PCGS and NGC are the highest recognized. But there's something else that we've got coming down the pike too, directly in this, so directly to where this is headed. So we do the 75 to fuel the residual income. Networkers love residual, of course. Obviously, we're here, and an annual membership is a long time from start to finish. So you got to keep those fires burning in the meantime. And as 75, I think, is a very fair price for that coin. Home Shopping Network sells it for a lot more. There's places online that sell just the normal same coin that we're selling for 75 for a lot more. I'm not talking about just inside networking. I'm talking about it's a normal price for this coin. If you think, you know, $30 for this from a pawn shop is bad, try selling them a Rolex or a ring or something. You know, it's going to be a lot worse than that. They know exactly what they've got when they do that. But we've got something else coming down the pike that will be there at launch that will help fuel that. And it's not even graded silver eagles. So it'll be more just regular pricing, but we're going to throw some points on it. And I'll share a little bit more about that as we get closer to launch.
I understand. And so we're thinking about kind of starting to turn things on this coming Monday and then launching on like the 15th next month, right in there?
Right in there. Yeah,
Okay.
we've got a target. It's tentatively the 10th. I can promise you under no circumstances will we launch until it's ready. There's already too many people to screw it up. So we've got to make sure everything's perfect.
You have been around a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a company selling the numismatic stuff at $1.25 or $1.50 even. It's still, they're still doing it. So obviously you've got a handle on what's happening here. I love the fact that the programming background. I think that's a huge plus for us.
Yes, sir.
But if you guys have any questions, I have just one last one. I know that at this point, maybe you're thinking about it, or I'm not sure if you're sure, but you know, if it's at cost, I got a gold dealer friend in downtown here that owns the biggest coin shop in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, if I can get the same prices with you, I'll buy, you know, millions of dollars a month. Well, I'm thinking binary points when he says that. So if it's at cost and it really is at cost like bullion, I'm talking specifically,
Mm-hmm.
have you thought about a way to get us compensated for kind of that somehow?
Well, the compensation comes from the membership. It's technically a digital membership, right? So that's where you have the most potential margin. You know, if we have a hard asset like you know, a bottle of vitamins or something, that cuts into the cost, production, management, et cetera. Digital, it's a digital website. We're selling physical metal, but you know, that's why we can pay out what we can on the 149, 399. The bullion has to be at cost.
Mhm.
And I say that because if I sell it the same price where you can get it with your friend,
Mhm.
right? There's no reason for you to be here at all.
Right.
Okay, but Gary, if you look your friend and let's say he's your best friend,
Mhm.
you look him in the eye, and you don't have to say his name, but let's just say his name is John Doe, right? You say, John, I love you. I appreciate that price. I realize you got to make a profit, but I can buy it less at cost metals. You might buy $100 worth from him, but you're not going to buy $1 million worth from him.
Right.
You're going to spend it. Even he might be your best friend.
Mhm.
And that's why it has to be at cost, because that's the main purpose for people to come here. That's the main driving factor that makes everything work. So you have to let go of that greed. You know, it's not greed, it's just normal business, but
Yeah.
you know, you can turn it into greed really easy.
Yeah, I told him about you know, the coin of the month and numismatic, and he goes, well, what if we had something, because he knows there's value in the numismatic coins, but I said, what if there was something along the lines of for every so many dollars of cost of bullion you were on an auto ship for one numismatic coin, then you got pretty much the same price, but all these extra coins that are worth at least the cost of the silver, plus they'll go up, because now you're talking now. He said, I'd look at
Yeah.
that. So you know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely like where you're thinking. Okay,
Mhm.
but there's graded, and then there's bullion, and then there's other stuff.
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the other stuff will have some markup specifically to make that binary sing a little bit louder.
I understand.
Okay.
I know
So
you understand my question. Thank you.
yes, 100%. So I'm there with you. I cannot wait to show you guys our shopping cart. I cannot wait for this to launch so that everyone says, and I'll try not to cuss if we got kids on. Um,
I
That's
get it.
exactly it. That's exactly what we're looking for. So at Cost Metals, there will be dealers that buy from us.
Yeah,
There will be gold dealers just like your friend that buy their metals from us because we won't have a minimum. And to access the pricing that we do, you've got to sell a lot, right? But if they have no minimum and they can get it, then they put it in their storefront, where they insure it, where they have security cameras and they're taking that risk. They deserve that profit that if they mark it up.
Right.
But if they can buy it from me, let's just say they sell $5 million worth a year worth of metal, right? That would be very good for a gold and silver shop to sell that much. But if you had 1,000 gold and silver shops, what does that do?
yep,
Right. And if you have 100,000 people buying $1,000 worth, right? Or
Mhm.
10,000, or if you have 10 people buying $50 million worth, so this really adds up. And I think this model it's going to be big. I think what we're going to do, I want to see, and if anybody, any of the leaders on here know, what's the fastest time for a network marketing company to reach $1 billion in sales? Because I'm pretty sure we're going to beat it.
So am I.
I don't know what it is.
3.4 years.
3.4 years.
Oh.
Yeah. I will be heartbroken if we don't do it in the first year.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I'm looking at the questions and they're all pretty much questions that, we can all answer to our people, but there's a couple about the landing page, is this MLM, that kind of stuff. I don't want to wear you out with that. We want you
No,
to
it's
go.
okay. Let me go through these real quick. I'll try not to be so wordy in my answers.
That's okay. I appreciate that.
Okay, I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Okay.
Is this an MLM? It is. It won't feel like it because we'll have a lot of customers. We look out for our customers, number one. That's what drives everything. People will make referral commissions on that. It's a good thing. Amazon, Apple, everybody's doing some kind of affiliate program. They actually call their affiliate program at Amazon the affiliate program.
That's right.
So
They did.
we have an affiliate program too. Is there a monthly fee? No, not technically at all. The coin of the month is an option. If you make a referral, cool. If you pay your annual membership, you're good. You could buy unlimited at cost metals. You can use the vault. You can not use the vault. You can just have it shipped, but there's no specific monthly. How are you able to get the coins? How are you able to get the coins out at cost? Well, that's the thing right there. I've been, I hope you guys think this is as funny as I do. At cost means the price that we buy it at is the price we sell it at. Okay. At cost means there's no markup. Dealer direct means you bought it from a dealer directly. It doesn't have any bearing on price. At cost means you bought it at the same price I bought it at. That's my cost. Now I could go to Gary's pawn shop friend and buy something expensive and then turn around and sell it to you, and that would be still at cost and not a good deal, which is why we go to the top, the biggest period. I've been in gold and silver for a very long time. There are no bigger options than who we go through. Okay. If it was a small table, I would tell you who it is. But what I can't do is have 1,000 networkers call my vendor tomorrow to verify I've got an account.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not how business works. It's definitely not how precious metals work.
Glad you said that.
Yeah, and I know that's how networking works. Because of all the rug pulls and everything that you talk about, they're a professional company. They hold precious metals for entire countries as their reserve. It's as big as you can get. It's fully insured. It's armed. It's impenetrable. It's just like the movies where you have dual redundancy people opening and closing doors. It is as big and James Bond of a scenario as you can get. Okay, and not only that, there's multiple vaults around the world. And if you want to keep your gold and silver with you, you can. If you're in a neighborhood where you're not comfortable with that and you don't want to buy that extra insurance for your metal holdings, just store it in the vault. If you want it shipped at some point in the future, just push the button and ship it. Okay, even shipping's at cost. So the question is, how are you able to get the coins at cost? We set up an account just like a lot of other vendors. It's not how are we able to get it at cost. It's that we're willing to sell it to you at cost. Anybody can get the same account, and that's not true. Gold and silver dealers can do the same thing we're doing. If they charge you a membership, they could forego all the profit that they're making and sell it to you at cost. So it's not how, it's just that we're willing to, if that makes sense. Can we do business in Canada? Yes, Marissa, you can. You answered that already. What is the cost? The cost to join is $149 or $399. It's a year's worth of unlimited at cost purchases of bullion. And it also includes the digital vault. So you can accumulate $5 or $2 or 50,000 at a time. But something else that I think is overlooked already, just as important as the low at cost price that our customers get to buy it at, is the price that we buy it from our customers. So if you want to sell it, you can take it to a pawn shop, probably the worst thing to do. It's fast, it's easy, it's cash or whatever. But you're better off selling it to, respected gold and silver shop that understands the value of what they've got. But there's a difference between what companies will sell it to you for and a difference what they will buy it back at. That's called the spread. The closer that spread is, the better that company is. Okay, so our price to sell it's at cost and our price to buy it back is mathematically as close as you can get without just instantly flipping upside down with the volatility of gold and silver. So yeah, I these conversations will be so easy the day after we launch. You'll see it. So so it says, if I can get silver at $24.91, what am I getting it from you? Okay, so $24.91 today, that's basically spot price. Basically. So every kind of silver has its own price. So if you were to look at, let's say this is a phone, but it's about this big, a 10-ounce bar. Okay, that's relatively easy to make in terms of just production. It's 10 ounces of melted metal and you flatten it out and you shine it a little bit and you throw it to the side and you make the next one. Relatively easy. Now, it takes about the same amount of effort to do a 1-ounce bar, right? But you have to do 10 times as many of them to equal the same amount. So a 1 ounce is going to be more expensive than a 10 ounce, and 100 ounce is going to be way less expensive than even a 10 or a 1 ounce. But on top of that, you've also got for example, a generic round. Somebody made it. Nobody knows. Some people recognize the cool ones like the Buffaloes, etc. Buffaloes are generic rounds. They're probably the most popular, but even those, are subject to being closer to spot. Whereas you take something like a Silver Eagle or a Canadian Maple Leaf, which are made by the government mints that are backed by the, faith in the government, as strong as that is. So they carry a higher premium. Everyone that does anything with precious metals can look at a Silver Eagle and grab a hold of it and know without a shadow of a doubt that that's a real Silver Eagle. You get a generic round made by someone in his garage that you've never seen before, you're more likely to test it. So the premium coins still carry, they're all based on spot, but you just have different prices based on spot. So $24.91, that's really close to spot. You can get junk silver, which is 90 proof, 90% silver, dimes, quarters, half dollars, etc. Would be a fair price for that. If you were buying generic rounds and you were able to get them, you know, at 50 cents over spot, that would be a really good deal. But I got a feeling, Jim, this is relative to spot. So, or with that price point is just spot priced.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it's a global business. Yes. Are the legs weighted? It's 50-50. Is that what you mean by that?
I'm not sure
50-50.
what James
50.
means by that. I was looking at that one.
Okay.
It's 50-50, James. I can
Yeah,
answer.
50-50. 500 points left, 500 points right. It's a $500 cycle check. One left, one right is up to 2,000 a week, which is 104,000 a year. Pretty good for a 1-and-1. If I had someone say this to me, don't buy the tangible assets, but the indexes on EM is something we do or have. As anyone can explain that?
Prices on them. In other words, don't buy the asset, the index is on them, like silver and so forth.
Yeah. You can, but it would never be physical. You're not owning it.
Exactly.
Plus, are you a trader? When do you buy? When do you sell? Right. So I get it. You could do that, or you could just buy it and save it. You put it in your sock drawer.
Right.
You know, we don't do that. We don't do futures. We don't do margins. We don't do any electronic exchange traded funds, any of that.
Vicky, what I'd say to that is do both, and then, but I don't think you're going to build a gigantic business with 30,000 a week referring people to that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do both.
Both.
Yeah, but I'm not recommending that you do both. I take that back. Do
Well,
your
I
own
think
due
the rug-
diligence.
The rug just got pulled out when I thought about indexes. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's good. Gold is money, everything else is credit. I like that. Do you sell coal coins? Yeah, sure. Everybody's got coal coins. It's always you know, I don't recommend polishing or dipping your silver in the jewelry cleaner. It makes it look shiny, but from a collector standpoint, it's called patina. It's a good thing. So if you have an old coin and it's got some patina on it, just leave it. I promise you it's good. But coal all scratched up, yeah, the uglier it is or the more messed up it is, the closer to spot it is. Let's get this gold. I like that. Let go of the greed.
We throw this at you. I've been doing self-directed IRAs for many years for folks. Can we do this in the self-directed IRA?
Sure.
Wow. Okay, now I'm really excited.
Yeah. If it goes self-directed, you are your own custodian. So, you know, there's paperwork that you as the custodian have to keep track of. But yeah, precious metals is and can go in any IRA, Roth IRA, whether it's directed or not. So
gotcha.
Self-directed or not. Yeah. Jim, you said, what is the at cost for silver? I don't know. Maybe someone could pull that up. Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Was there a way to convert 401ks? Yes, Melanie. I can help you with that. Explain that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Albert's asking, you looking that up, Albert?
He's got it. It was already there.
There it is.
The next spot down.
Okay.
The 75 is an MS 70 graded, which MS stands for mint sake. 70 is a top score, so it's not 1 through 10 or 1 to 100. It's 70 is top. Anything above 60 is considered mint state, meaning like they just made it, in very good condition. 69 is perfect to the naked eye, and 70 is perfect when you get up close with magnifying glass and you check out every nook and cranny. Okay, so MS 70 is what that 75 gets you.
Questions are getting more to experlatives. They're just like that. People are getting jacked up, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
The questions are turning into good comments, put it that way.
Yeah. Great. What mints are you buying from? So we buy from the authorized purchasers from the US Mint. Okay, so the US Mint is actually not in the business of selling to the public. If you go to try to buy a Silver Eagle, which is the most commonly traded coin in the world, from the US Mint, that would be a good exercise if anyone wants to do that. And next time we get on a Zoom, we'll let them tell that story. Their job is to make it. It's not to manage or babysit or whatever. So they have the biggest companies out there that sell the most metal are actually contracted to buy a portion of everything that they make. Okay, so they're in the business.
Melanie has a good one. Justin, will customers show up in the binary or separate?
Yeah, no, they go in there. Those points go in there because here's why. They sign up as a customer and say, I'll never make a referral.
Mhm.
And then they get their first box and they get their first package and they'll cuss a little bit and they'll smile. And then they'll say, can't believe it. I got it. I bought it at this price. So I was telling you I did it, go for it. And then they made a referral. So they have to go in there. Cost is cost. Jim, I don't mean to sound like I'm dodging it. It's just if you're trying to get Silver Eagle price point, it's roughly $3 over spot. South African Cougaran from South Africa is like $1.60 over spot. Generic rounds, maybe 40 cents off the top of my head for Sunshine, $1. It does not matter where you look. You can go to just go to Google and type in Silver Eagle, check the top 50 names. Okay, because I've already done it. My team's already done it. Everybody's already done it. And I've been doing it for years. They cannot beat the price. If there was a bigger place to do it, a bigger place to buy from, I would buy from them and still be at cost. There's not. We're at the top and we sell it at the price that we buy it at. So every kind of metal has its own spot, and every type of, generic round, eagle, maple, 10 ounce, 100 ounce, 1,000 ounce, they all have their own price point relative to spot.
Yep. Now we've got people answering people's questions for you, Justin. That's good. This is going good.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, so we're spoke with the MLM attorney today. We'll have a list of all the countries that we can start with and all the ones that we can't start with. So our goal is to be everywhere that we can, even if we don't ship there and we let them buy at cost and then sell back. That's still a very good experience. Some places don't necessarily want to take any possession of it, but if they can buy it at cost and sell it at a high buyback, that's a very good way to do it. Can we ship and sign up anyone anywhere in the world? Yeah, for the most part. I want to be in every country. I want to be the largest bullion dealer in the world.
I like it. You come in at 149, can you upgrade later?
Sure.
Yep, thought so. Okay, you're right. iPad's saying these questions can go on forever, so we don't want to, we need them to go back more metal for us. So let me see if I can cut to the chase here, if there's any other ones that I answered. International markets open. Can someone buy in? Can someone do their buy-in, then grab a monthly coin or two, then take, say, 4 months off, then come back and buy a monthly coin back in the comp plan?
Yep. Yeah, all of it will be outlined. So when you buy a membership, you're good to go for a year. We'll have a lot of people do one purchase.
Right.
We never see them again.
That's great.
Yeah, and we'll have people that buy X amount every week, every paycheck, every month, dollar cost average. So we will get all kinds.
Yeah.
The binary is probably the most team-oriented compensation plan there is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what that question is probably geared more towards, if I don't do anything for 6 months and let the rest of the team build the network, and then I come back and say,
That's exactly what it means.
yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, so we got to be fair. You know, consulted with a lot of companies, had my own in the past. Never been as excited as I am right now, I can tell you that. If we kept the points, we couldn't pay out as much. If we flushed the points, we could pay out a lot more, right? But we don't do it that way. Everything about this compensation plan, you sell something, you got to get paid.
Yeah,
Period.
I've
You gotta
actually
have
wrote,
direct. You gotta have residual.
yeah, I've actually wrote a couple comp plans on binaries, and this is put together perfectly, in my opinion. I think I love it. So,
Thank you.
Hey
Yeah.
Justin, this is Daryl Porter in Texas.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Just a real quick question. I've seen um, two different, I guess, quantities for the 399 package. So
Yeah,
does that come with two or three MS-70 numismatic coins?
it's 3, Daryl.
Okay.
It's 3. So there's a couple of videos floating out there that had 2 in a bar, and the original PowerPoint was that, 2 in a silver bar. It is 3, and there will be even more special premium coins than the coin of the month. So there will be special. The value will definitely be there. But here's what I need, if you could, guys, help me with this. We need some more subscribers, because when someone goes to look at our videos on YouTube, if those numbers are low, it's harder to sell. If those numbers are high, it shows like we're growing. Okay. I've never had a dream team this powerful than what we've got right here. And I'm not even aware of a dream team that ever started the first week of a pre-launch than the people that we've got in this company right now. Right. I do want to blow this out. I want to make this perfect. And we can all help each other by doing stuff like that. Make our own videos, but help push those videos on our YouTube channel to subscribe. That PowerPoint on the homepage is updated. It's good to go. So everybody can download that, make your own videos, share it. If you're talking to a seasoned networker, you don't have to explain the benefits of network marketing. They know, and those are the people that we want to talk to right now. Yeah. I think that the most powerful way to share this company right now is those one-page explanations. It's in multiple languages. Send me the bullet points. Send me the bullet points and I'll make a decision. That's the way networkers think these days.
no question. Well, I was going to ask you, my last question was, can you handle 2,000 people a day joining? And I think you already answered it. So I love your programming background.
Thank you.
Anybody
That's
else
probably
have
going to happen, by the way.
anything really urgent? Because I'm going to let him go, and we need to get to work doing what we do. Justin, I thank you very much for being on.
Thank you.
I know you're torn between lots of things and lots of people, but this really helped. Go ahead. Last question.
Last question. I know a lot of affiliate in the countries law, and some of them they don't have a number or address. How do you ship over there, or you have to keep in the company?
Yeah. They're we can ship anywhere in the world, but they have to have the ability to receive it. We got to have the ability to put insurance on it. Insurance is not going to ship it without an address. That would be crazy. If they don't have an address, they can buy it, keep it in the vault,
Right.
and then sell it back at any point in the future, or when they get an address, ship it there later.
Have it all shipped there later. Yeah.
Yeah. But quick question. If if they don't have an address, because why? Is it community village?
Yes, community village. They have a physical address, but no name, number, and street. Some kind of.
Okay. Yeah,
But
However, they would receive a package from anybody is the same way we would do it.
what they do is they have a PO box and the post
We
office.
can ship to PO box.
Okay.
Albert, why don't you just buy your own jet and take it over there to them?
I will. I will next 2 or 3 years with this. Thank you, JD.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me on. Look forward to working with everybody. Looking forward to that meeting. We all break bread. It's going to be a great launch. Sometime, maybe the end of the first quarter, we'll have our actual launch party and all get together and celebrate.
Awesome.
Amen. God willing.
It's at Gary's house.
We'll go to Lake Tahoe. We'll go to Lake
Tahoe.
Tahoe. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Justin. Again, we
Okay.
appreciate you.
Thanks,
all you're
everybody.
doing for us.
All
Take
right.
care.
Peace and blessings, everyone.